Exactly, Mr. Chumley. I reading through your website, I could see you as a father figure. Kind of like as you mentioned before, the father of the Woodlands, so to speak, if we put it into context. And you mentioned your brilliant kids, and in fact, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Am I right?
Right, I guess so,
Right.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Mr. Chumley, you call yourself an organizational scientist. What does that mean?
Yeah, so the National Science Foundation categorizes a variety of different science. And so basically, I'm working on a PhD in leadership studies. I'm very close to obtaining that. I just need to work on my dissertation, one more round of classes. And I like calling that organizational sciences, first of all, because that's what the National Science Foundation, that's the way it would categorize it. But it's really important when you use your words to kind of convey what you're trying to convey. And so I'll just put it simply like this, that you've probably heard that George Washington, I think it was pneumonia he died of, but I guess, treatment for him was bleeding him. If you're familiar with that
Right.
old
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. So you just take blood out of the guy, and somehow that's supposed to be some sort of treatment. Of course, we know better. All of us know better. None of us. Well, I don't know if any of you guys are medical professionals. I'm not, but we all know better than that. Well, in organizations, there's a huge gap between what we know and what we actually practice. And there are simple things in many regards that we can do that can improve organizations, but we just simply don't do it. And so that's why I like to convey it that way. My skill set allows me to read science from any field. That's one of the reasons why I chose this field, because it gives me a broad capability to go to the research in any field and read it and understand it. And so that's why I like to convey it that way, because I want people to understand that I have those tools, that I have the ability to look at any area from any speciality and be able to grasp that at a very deep level. And there's a great deal of complexity there, in terms of what you have to do in this office, in terms of reading reports and making good decisions. And so I think that's one of the reasons why I convey it like that.
Right. That's a very interesting characteristic. Not many people you can find with that, and that's just awesome.
Yeah, no, that's actually really cool. I think it's kind of underrated, the like scientific method of like public policy, like
Mm-hmm.
even at a local level, like a national level. So
Absolutely.
it's very interesting to hear you characterize your like public service in that way, right? It seems like it's very uh, like rational and very like objective, like you characterized yourself earlier. So I do
Exactly.
appreciate that.